blend is coming. It's coming. The blend of this and why can't we live together? As the final wave crashes against the shore, think about it. Live, love, laugh, and learn. What out? Welcome to another edition, a new edition, Party Time Records. A new edition of Inside, not really an inside joke, but an inside joke, because they weren't on Party Time Records, Mike Love. They were on, what was the same label? Streetwise Party Time. Party Time was just the hip hop, right? What was on Party Time? Guru, who you stealing from? More old man rap. Sucker DJs by Molly Mall and Crystal Smith. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of S.T.E.M Research. My name is Mike Love, or as the lower third says, Mike MFN Love. How's everything going? How you doing on this Friday, heading into the weekend? We are doing our thing today, S.T.E.M Research, Song Tracks Essential Music. We dive into the DNA of some of the greatest tracks ever made and some obscure ones as well. We do that Monday through Friday, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m. on the Central, where we are, 9 p.m. On the East Coast, and in the South, where also the Eastern time zone extends. And to our friends out West, hello, DJ J.U. Ice, and everyone in the Western time zone at 6 p.m. their time. Thank you guys so much. Who's on the feed? Dragon Knight, what up? DJ Tony Jacks, Eastern 001, awesome foursome. I do things to get Eastern 001 to come out of the woodwork because he's just chilling, man. He's in the background. But we got hip hop stems today. I got on the Party Time shirt. Awesome foursome, right? Awesome foursome, but not Nairobi, because Nairobi was on straight Streetwise. Nairobi featuring the awesome foursome. Why was it Nairobi? That's my favorite of the two. Awesome breakdown is okay, but honest to God, Funky Soul Makossa, that's one of my favorite electro records of all time, hands down. Like the first time I heard it on the radio, I was like, "What is this?" Like, it's an incredible remake of Funky Makossa. Arthur Baker and John Roby, shout out to them. They're getting a lot of credit and a lot of props on this show today. I should have pulled the stems out. Y'all know I love to tie things in, right? I could have did Planet Rock and Funky Soul Makossa. And it just would have been like me and three guys. Like, I'm with you, Mike Love. I'm with you. Let's see. Mr. Majors is here. Street Rise, Rockers Revenge, Donnie Calvin. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys and gals for joining us. We're just a couple of weeks away from the Old Man Rap Show, so we'll get a chance to get into a whole bunch of that type of music. A lot of the OG, a lot of the old school. Again, as I like to say, music that really is forgotten and really doesn't get a lot of love or a lot of play. Even when DJs mix the records in, they kind of mix them in for a second and get out of them. And that's not what the Old Man Rap Show is going to be. I want it to be like a radio show where I'm playing the song. We'll see how that goes. I know our attention span, our generational attention span has dipped considerably. And, but work with me on this one. I'm trying to change the outlook of how people view music and what people can deal with and what they can stand. You know what I'm saying? Like, so often DJs, and I'm a DJ, we feel like, the people aren't this, the people aren't that. And I'm like, well, the people are what you make them. When you tune into Jazzy Jeff, he's doing what he wants to do. When you turn into Questlove, he's doing what he wants to do. And sometimes people are like, well, because they're celebrity DJs, so people are, just going to watch for their celebrity. Even Deion Cole, shout out to him, who started DJing. People, he got eyes on him because he was Deion Cole DJing. So, some people would be like, oh, people will sit through whatever he's doing just to watch him doing it because they're like amazed. But I think that us local guys, I'm calling myself local, we just have to do what we do. And, if people are going to ride with it, they're going to ride with it. Same with STEM research. It's not always the most radio-friendly 90s, 2000s STEMs that I'm going through. But I'm like, I want to do something different. I want to expose music in a way that nobody on the internet is exposing it that I've seen. I mean, there are people doing STEMs. I'm not the only person, but from a perspective, an urban perspective, from the perspective of I lived this record, I grew up with this music, and here are songs that affected my life and the lives of the people that are on the feed with us, and just the excitement of that, So thank you guys for taking the ride. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot. Tony D. Harvey, Wallbanger Freeze, IOU, also on Streetwise. I'm getting the list together, gentlemen and ladies. I'm getting the list together. So the Old Man Rap Show, 10:30, not 10:30 p.m. That's the start date. October 30th, Saturday, October 30th, starting at noon Central Time. So that would be what, 1 o'clock Eastern and 10 a.m. Man, you tell me to be somewhere by Eastern Standard, I'd be like, what time is it again? So, but we'll be putting the flyer up and everything. But right now, it's all about STEM research. It's all about 3 great songs that we have on deck today. We're doing 2 hippity hop stems. And I think I chose these 3 to tie in with the Old Man Rap theme. The Old Man Rap Show will be songs from 1979 to 1995. Not your run-of-the-mill joints. So no Big Papa, no Keep Your Head Up, none of them joints. But songs that still made a difference in this hip-hop landscape. Songs that people feel strongly about. Songs that people may not have heard. Maybe some of these songs you've never heard, but it's not gonna get like deep, like I'm running you away. Like it's not gonna, like I've listened to a lot of rap in my day. For example, All for One, which is the first stem that we're doing tonight from the One for All album. try to keep that in my head. Like 1990. That's one of the best hip-hop albums of that year. 5 mics in the Source, in the young Source, right? The Source was really young. That's right in the heart of the black nationalist mindset. You got X-Clan that dropped that year as well in 1990. The To the East Blackwards, of course, KRS, and Big Daddy Kane. Well, Big Daddy Kane, there was a lot of 5% Nation rhetoric, for lack of a better term, in hip hop. I shouldn't say rhetoric because rhetoric makes it seem like you could take it or leave it, but it was very prevalent. Poor Righteous Teachers. There was a lot of music to choose from pro-black. Lakim Shabazz. I mean, you guys could name off the names in the chat, right? There was a lot of that. And it eventually kind of got pushed out and, just deaded and killed because, gangster music kind of became the music of the forefront. As a matter of fact, as I was driving today, I was driving to my hometown, Milwaukee, to pick my daughter Kayla up. And I was thinking about how many people loved KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim initially, and then by 89, 90, they were buying Nemesis and Too Short, and I'm trying to think, what's my man's name? Ron C. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like there was a shift, and hip hop fans were just regular people. They were all about whatever was popular. So at the time that KRS and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim were popular, that is what all of the people that I know around me, the consumers, were buying. And once that stuff started to fade, then those same people were buying music for their cars, music that sounded good in the cars. And, you know, let's be honest, this brand Nubian album was definitely not a wanger in your system. I think around that time, East Coast hip hop was still making headphone music, which is what I call it, because there's so much train culture in New York, right? There's a lot of getting around by subway, train, and so people always had their headphones in. Where for the most part, most other cities, our car culture, the Midwest car culture, the South car culture, the West Coast car culture. Not to say that people in New York don't have cars, but y'all are famous for getting around on the train. So you were listening to music in your headphones. Whereas the music in the South had to have bass because that's what people were listening to the music in their cars, not headphones. You weren't catching the bus unless you were catching the bus to work. Trunk rattling music, absolutely, bro. So the guys and ladies that were fans of, like I said, they were fans of KRS one year, and then it was all about Too Short and DJ Quick. When that first DJ Quick album dropped, it was a wrap for the East Coast in the minds of the average Midwestern fan. Now, Philadelphia, DC, New York kept going, and it kept getting grimier and grimier. So by the time we get to our second stem of the night, which is Bucktown by Smif and Wesson, 94, that's Wu-Tang. That's got Wu-Tang juice on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Tim's and Hoodie music. So East Coast music from 1990 went from super Afrocentric. And again, not everybody was that, because Special Ed, dropped in 90 as well. And he was just a kid. He was just turned legal. He wasn't on that. So everybody wasn't, had a not everyone had a pro-black stance, quote unquote. LL definitely did not. Special Ed definitely did not. But like I said, by 94, by the time Black Moon drops, I mean, again, I think Wu-Tang ushered in the grimy East Coast era, and everything until Puffy was grimy and gritty. Like I said, Tim's and Hoodie music. Nervous Records with the bullet holes in the cap. That was so racist. It wasn't, but I always thought it was cool, because you bought house music on Nervous Records, right? Like, Nervous Records was a house label. It was like strictly rhythm. And then they started doing break beats, those DJ breakbeat records, the collage sample records. And then they started doing rap records. And when Black Moon dropped, it was like Nervous Wreck, which is, I think, a really dope name, because, catch wreck is, a very East Coast term. And Nervous /Wreck Records, I always thought that was dope. The bullet holes in the guy's hat. Again, take it how you want to take it. I thought it was cool and interesting, and I still think it is. Anytime I see a Nervous Wreck record and I see those bullet holes, I'm just like, that's so like, you would so get canceled today. Right? Like, they would be canceled. Like, hey, here's the new artwork for Wreck Records, for Nervous Wreck Records. What do you think? Oh, the guy's getting shot. That's our rap label. That's your rap label. The guy's got 3 bullet holes in his hat, and the bullets are flying through. There's way too much crime in our communities now. You're canceled, buddy. You're out of a job. God, I love the 90s, and I love comparing the 90s to today. And we'll wrap up the show today with Arthur Baker, John Roby, the Soul Sonic Force, and Planet Patrol. Because guess what, children? Guess what, kids? The Play at Your Own Risk and Planet Rock stems, they're all one session. All right, they're all one session. It was all the same music. We all knew that as fans from 1982. I was like, oh my God, they're singing over Planet Rock. like when that song dropped, it was like, what? They're singing over Planet Rock? Genius. They just rapped over it. Play at your own risk and rock at your own risk on the B-side. Man, just throw the rock at your own risk on. It's like Planet Rock changed the world, but we'll get to that, right? We'll get to all of that. Let's see what's going on. Weeded Records was the reggae label of Nervous Records. I remember that too, yeah, with the Rasta guy. What was that? B-list and the cover art for the second KMD album. Oh yeah, the Black Bastards album that Elektra was like, nope, nah, we're good. We'll change it. Nope, your first album didn't sell anyway, so you're out of here. But KMD happened because Brand Nubian blew up. So let's jump into the story of that as we jump into the first stem of the night. All for One from Brand Nubian from their debut album, One for All. Grand Puba Maxwell, Lord Jamar, and Derek X, who would eventually become Sadat X, dropped, as I said, a classic in 1990. And Grand Puba was already, he had already been doing his thing with his first group, Masters of Ceremony. Remember them on 4th and Broadway Records from the 87, 88-ish, cracked out, sexy. What was the Master Move was my joint by them that sampled Mandrill. So I loved Master Move. That's my favorite record. It just by them. I mean, it just sounded like they're kicking it in the studio. So Grand Puba already had, he had already been doing his thing, and he was one of the very few rappers who was also a beat maker, a producer in his own right. And he and the guys from Brand Nubian, for the most part, produced a very large percentage of their debut album. Of course, the Stimulated Dummies, that included Dante Ross, who was the guy who signed Brand Nubian to the label. They also did a couple of remixes and some songs on the album as well. But the album really, it definitely was peak black awareness, right? We're talking Spike Lee, Malcolm X, like blackness or black awareness is at an all-time high. Probably not since the 60s and 70s. And a lot of that has to do with Public Enemy. It has to do with KRS-One. It has to do with groups like Brand Nubian. And again, all of the 5% Nation. I mean, 5% Nation's popping up all over the country, right? Everybody was a 5%er at that point. But they kicked facts, and they also chilled and had a good time. That was the thing about Grand Puba, right? One minute he'd be talking about the Skins, hitting Skins, and then he makes a record like Drop the Bomb, where he's like literally dropping bombs on the Yaku crew. Like, yow, okay, brother. Man, good stuff though. But again, definitely a tape that got worn out in my car, played a lot. So when I came across the stems for All for One, I'm like, absolutely, yeah, that's classic. That's classic hip hop right there. Let's see. I just learned that 2 months ago. After all this time, what was that? Professor Griff. Oh my God, yeah, Professor Griff, man, bro. So there was a lot of stuff going on at that time. So let's dive into the first stem, which, as I said, will be All for One from the One for All album. That's so funny because it's really weird. Like, I'm straight Mandela-ing that. Like, I was calling this song One for All because I know that the album is called One for All, but this song is called All for One. So I'm like, how is this song called All for One? I've been calling it One for All, but there's, you know the sample. So let's dive into it. Let's get more into the history of Brand Nubian. Let's check out the instrumental. We'll punch in and out. You know, these rap stems pretty much do the same thing all the way through, but there's a whole bunch of samples and stuff. So we'll get to break this down. It's going to be a fun record. It's STEM Research, Mike MFN Love. Nice little 808 kick in there. Remember that old school 808 that was just like boom? This is one of those 808s. Like the delayed reaction. Let's look at this. Look. All right. Kick 808. Kick 808 right there. That's so 90. Boom. Like, yeah, that other keyboard, I don't know where that came from. The Lethal 21. That was just random. Completely taken out of the mix. One for all is all for one. One for all is all for one. They're like, yeah, take it out. All right. So every 2 bars, you have that 808 that really sounded good in your system, right? And this is 90, so people are just getting the sounds cracking, you know? At least in certain parts of the country. In the South, you know, they've been doing sound systems for quite some time, I'm sure. Midwest car culture, West Coast car culture. All right, so this is the sample, the groove. All right, so you can see it labeled groove. What else? You got the funky drummer, or funky president, I'm sorry. Funky president loop right here, where it says drum. And they used Funky President a couple of times on this album. They rapped over it, as a matter of fact. One for all is all for one. All for one. One for all is all for one. Miss Jatan, what up? Rule Mob. Yes, sir. Lord Jamar and Doodlebug of our brothers? Really? They do favor. This song has the clearest example of Aaron Hall, and he did say dumb bitch or not. I think we'll get into that. I think that was one of the coolest ideas for sampling. Like, that's some Grand Poobah-ish to me. Like you just gonna throw the Goodbye Love. You just gonna throw both of the guy samples in there? That was crazy.
One for all. It's one for one. One for all. It's one for one. 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 One for all.
Dabba dabba doo. Dibba-doo, dibba-doo. I mean, they just gave you a nice groove to ride to, and they rapped over it nicely. They wrote a beat nice. One more. All right. So there it is, the instrumental. Not much going on as far as drums are concerned. You know, normally we start out with drums. So let's continue the breakdown, STEM research breakdown. All right, here are your drums. Like, really, here are your drums. There's an 808 kick. That's it. There's no drums to, fill it out, which is interesting. All right. And a lot of rap records did that in this era, right? The K Solo stems, the K Solo record was made like this. There were no drums underneath of Fugitive, but they did do a filter bass line. There's no filter bass line carrying this. Get the idea. Again. I think that we have it in our heads that says dumb bitch. So the way he used it was really dope. And then continue the line. Stick out your thumb. Whatever the line is. We'll get to it when we get to the vocals. But let's get back to the groove, right? Okay. So yeah, a very simple record. There's a hidden track that I'll play for you guys that they did something different with the sample. So they probably put this now. It's not on beat with the groove. But if you think about that bass, if you listen to that bass, this was probably the filtered part of the sample. So I didn't line them up because I'm not lining these up. And it would have been super simple for me to do, right? All right, so that's the bounce right there. And all right, so that's the dart. So then you bring it out. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. Is that it? Sorry. No, that's it. That's it, yeah. So here's what they sound like lined up. I do this for a living, people. They're not even at the same speed. But you get the general idea. That's why I didn't line it up. So I don't know why I tried now. All right, let's get into the lyrics. Let's jump right into the verses because guess what? Guess what, man? There's not much else to play. I'm not going to sit there and play that loop for 5 minutes. Not killing my brain cells. Let's jump right into. So there are 3 verses on this song. Looking at the tracks, Grand Puba Maxwell, who I don't want to say he discovered the group. He is the guiding force behind Brand Nubian. And he always wanted to be a solo artist, which is why he eventually left and went solo. But he basically formed Brand Nubian because he had the juice and he had the connects, and he knew that he could get Derek X at the time, Sadat X, and Lord Jamar a record deal because he was already working on their demo, and he was working on demo songs as a group. So he wanted to put those guys on. So the best way to put them on was to be in a group with them. They were in a group. They dropped the classic album. And he was like, all right, I'm out of here. And if you think about it, he has 4 solo songs on the original Brand Nubian album, on the debut Brand Nubian album. So it was always a case that he was going solo. He even had solo. I mean, Girl Come Do Me. I mean, he could have kept that one, but it's in the New Jack Swing era. So, and I say all that to set up the fact that for whatever reason, he has 4 takes. He has 4 different takes of his vocal, his rap. And all 4 of the takes are the same. They're not really that much different from one isn't that much different from any other. They're really straightforward takes. Derek X, as you can see, it says Derek Vox. I'm gonna keep calling him Derek X. I know he's Sadat X, but he's Derek X on this album, so I'm calling him Derek X. He calls himself Derek X the whole album. He has 1 take. I guess he was 1 take Jake. He was like, hey, I killed it on my take. And Lord Jamar does 2 takes of his verse. So I think I'll play all 4. I'm going to play the Grand Puba stack all together and see if there's any difference. I don't remember there being any difference in the verses. And I'm going to punch up the saying bye-bye because that's a part of the verse. All right?
I hit a beat, a swing and note as if my name was David Ruffin. Quick to toast an MC just like an English muffin. Don't worry about a thing because the Puba's never bluffing. I get headaches from the whack, so then I take a buffin' and I max. I wait until the opportune time and then I tax. But should I max? Now they say sinning is for sinners, so I guess I'm not a sinner. Beginners for beginners, so I guess I'm no beginner. This is how I spark it, puts money in my pocket. When it comes to having pleasure, I get hard as a rocket. MC Grand Poo coming through all the residue. The songs remain classic, dating back to the Babalu. My boys, I call them Ock. The foes out of them jockin', I can think of many episodes I swung in Lincoln Park. No, I'm not a phony, and I got a tenderoni. Love the way she is, not too fat, not too bony. Don't drink Sanka, won't sink like a tanker. Knock the boots off a stuntin' Casablanca, and I thank her. Some rappers stink, like Engelbert Humperdinck. Better yet, Dick Cavett. I got a bad habit similar to the girl, or she's gotta have it. I think with the brain, and I what's behind the zipper. I'm living kinda good, similar to Jack Tripper. A landlord named Roper did a show at the Copa. When I'm finished with this, I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act fly.
Now, now the inflection. That's how much I've listened to this song. Now, if honey wants to act fly, let's see if we can find that take.
Roper did a show at the Copa. When I'm finished with this, I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act fly.
That might be it. Let's take this one. Puba Vox. This might be the one.
Similar to Jack Tripper. A landlord named Roper did a show at the Copa. When I'm finished with this, I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act
That's the one. This is the one. All right, this is the main. There it is.
Casablanca, and I thank her. Some rappers stink, like Engelbert Humperdinck. Better yet, Dick Cavett. I got a bad habit similar to the girl, or she's gotta have it. I think with the brain, and I what's behind the zipper. I'm living kinda good, similar to Jack Tripper. A landlord named Roper did a show at the Copa. When I'm finished with this, I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act fly, I'll just play like Guy and stick out your thumb and hits, cause you've been cut off like a light switch.
That's so cold to me. That's so unnecessarily cold. Like, let's take this urban legend, this rumor, and he doesn't say dumb bitch in the song. He doesn't. He does not. Teddy Riley has come out many times and, debunked that rumor. But as with most things in life, once you believe something and that is what it is in your head, that's what it is in your head, and nobody's going to tell you otherwise. Teddy Riley, it's in Vibe magazine. Teddy Riley went into the master track for the magazine Vibe back when it was just a magazine, right? He stripped all the music away and played it for the writer. And he says, like, dum dum diddy or something like that. It's an ad lib, but he doesn't say dumb bitch. But you're hearing dumb bitch because that's what you've heard your entire life. So for him to take that and put it in a lyric and make it a line, I think is probably the dopest line
With
in
this,
the song.
I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act fly, I'll just play like guy and stick out your thumb and hits, cause you've been cut off like a light switch. See, I'm programmed to slam with the summer, spring, or fall. Before I do a show, I get some kicks out the mall. Then I get my gear and I give Trevor a call, cause he works in the barbershop right behind the mall. Other rappers try to rob me, but they got did. To put it blunt, honey, I shrunk the kids. So boogers back off, breaking off, here comes the regulator. Bet you that you find none.
Brand Nubian. Brand Nubian. Brand Nubian.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pull. I gotta pull the samples up too. Okay, because it doesn't make any sense. They sounded a lot more hype on the record. Listen. To
I bet you that you find none.
One for all. Brand Nubian. It's far from one. Brand Nubian. One for all. Brand Nubian. It's far from one. Brand Nubian.
That's why you caught a clip.
Sorry, I missed that. I missed my cue.
Brand Nubian.
Missed my DJ cue.
Brand Nubian.
On file is a style, that's why you caught a clip. My suitcases is packed and I'm going on a trip to Philadelphia. I go for self and still be slamming. The school bell is ringing and I caught somebody cramming for the test. Oh yes, my study guide was thick. I cut you with my verbal, didn't hurt you, just a nick off your face. Don't play possum, watch me and I'll blossom like a rose. And get some new clothes and a fresh freight from Rob. Jump on the phone and dial the now room. I'm the come one, come all. We about to get hectic. If my crew don't get in, then the X makes an X to the rear. I'm out of here, don't front on my brothers. I take care of them before I take care of others. The wood bats is doomed in the 90s, it's aluminum. Step to the stage with a mic and I'm doing them something awful. I'm a citizen and I'm lawful. I go to 104, ripped up a policeman's ball. I got the power to make a car start. I get some drinks from Glackens, and when the crowd slackens, I stop drinking. And then I start thinking about days in the past when Derek X was last, but now I'm on the top. Damn, news travels fast because I'm like that. They can't see this. Read my book, it contains many pieces of verses. I took the time to delete all the curses. So moms reach deep in your purses and buy me, take me home and try me and do me well.
He didn't have an ending. He didn't have an ending. What was that?
Brand Nubian.
What's that ending?
One for all. Brand Nubian. It's far from one. Brand Nubian.
Well, I rain rhymes poor. You suck it up like a straw and jump on a dance floor. Cause every time I step in a jam, I'll make like a door and slam. But then girls try to turn my knob cause I'm a heartthrob. I guess it's just a hazard that comes with the job. Cause every time I rock a rhyme, I show Jamal's intellectual. Girls wanna get sexual. Well, I guess I have to cope with being so dope. You wanna be me, but can't see me with a telescope. You seek and search, but still you can't find. You're weak and it hurts to be deaf, dumb, and blind. A supreme mind will take you out of your paralysis. I grip the mic so tight I get calluses. And your analysis is that the Lord whips rhymes into shape with a mic cord.
Man, Lord Jamar snapped on this verse. Rewind all the way back to the beginning. He snapped. Like Derek X, it's all right. I listened to this album a lot. I was holding on to the East Coast in 1990, man. I told y'all yesterday, I hated Hammer. I hated any pop rap that came out. I absolutely despised it. All I was listening to in 1990 was Ice Cube. I was listening to All for One. I was listening to Low End Theory. Like I was in it. I was in it, bro.
It's far from one. Brand Nubian.
Well, I rain rhymes pour. You suck it up like a straw and jump on a dance floor. Cause every time I step in a jam, I make like a door and slam. But then girls try to turn my knob cause I'm a heartthrob. I guess it's just a hazard that comes with the job. Cause every time I rock a rhyme, I show Jamal's intellectual. Girls wanna get sexual. Well, I guess I have to cope with being so dope. You wanna be me, but can't see me with a telescope. You seek and search, but still you can't find. You're weak and it hurts to be deaf, dumb, and blind. A supreme mind will take you out of your paralysis. I grip the mic so tight I get calluses. And your analysis is that the Lord whips rhymes into shape with a mic cord. I do it good cause I'm a positive black man, eating up suckers as if it was Pac-Man. Not a Dapper Dan fan to stay casual. To rock like the J, it comes gradual. You gotta know the ledge, the wise, the dumb, and understand your culture of freedom. Power equally with the God, so you can build and bone your cipher.
So black.
All your life you must teach truth of the true and living God, not a mystery spook. And when you do that, pursue that goal which made the student enroll, and only then you'll prosper.
One for all.
Man, he snapped so hard. And then like, so there was no other there were no other teachings in the record. You know what I'm saying? Like I think every song by them had to have some nation, not Nation of Islam, 5% Nation. They definitely had the gods in the earth. They had to drop some God language. And if you don't know what he's talking about, and I don't, but it sounds good, you know, like they had such a way. The really good ones, him, Rakim, my man from Poor Righteous Teachers, they just had a way of including it into the rhyme scheme and making it sound dope. I'm playing that verse one more time.
Well, I rain rhymes pour. You suck it up like a straw and jump on a dance floor. Cause every time I step in a jam, I make like a door and slam. But then girls try to turn my knob cause I'm a heartthrob. I guess it's just a hazard that comes with the job. Cause every time I rock a rhyme, I show Jamal's intellectual. Girls wanna get sexual. Well, I guess I have to cope with being so dope. You wanna be me, but can't see me with a telescope. You seek and search, but still you can't find. You're weak and it hurts to be deaf, dumb, and blind. A supreme mind will take you out of your paralysis. I grip the mic so tight I get calluses. And your analysis is that the Lord whips rhymes into shape with a mic cord. I do it good cause I'm a positive black man, eating up suckers as if it was Pac-Man. Not a Dapper Dan fan to stay casual.
Wow.
To rock like the J, it comes gradual.
Just to swipe at Dapper Dan, you know what I'm saying? Like, not a Dapper Dan fan to stay casual. Like, just being in hip hop, you know, in 1990, like, I don't understand any of the 5%, but I get some of the other stuff. So, like, and it's not really a swipe. It's not like a diss. You know, I don't think they're that sensitive in New York. But he's just like, I think in Chicago it would have been like somebody's coming after you with a gun because we're very sensitive in Chicago. New York, he's like, Dap is probably like, yeah, all right. So anyway, I'm making these suits, bro. and you understand what he means, you know. Dapper Dan stuff is like high-end hood clothes. And you remember the Brand Nubian videos? They're super casual, except for Grand Poobah, who was low out. You know, he was a polo or Tommy Hilfiger. He eventually became the Hilfiger, but he was kind of like the polo guy initially. And then he was Hilfigured out. And he more or less introduced Hilfiger to hip-hop.
As if it was Pac-Man. Not a Dapper Dan fan to stay casual. To rock like the J, it comes gradual. You gotta know the ledge, the wise, the dumb, and understand your culture of freedom. Deal equally with the God so you can build and bone your cipher. All your life you must teach truth of the true and living God, not a mystery spook. And when you do that, pursue that goal which made the student enroll, and only then you'll prosper.
One for all.
Mystery spook.
It's far from one. One for all. It's far from one. It's far from one.
I love the crispiness in that record.
It's far from one. It's far from one. One for all.
They would clean those samples up today, and that's so dope. That's what makes this record dope is the fact that those samples are dirty, you know? Like, just really, really dirty samples, man. All for One by Brand Nubian. Love it. Absolutely love it, man, here on STEM Research on the Friday. That took me back, man. I'm I'm in the car. I'm like, I'm riding with this East Coast hip hop one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with it. Yeah, man, I'm a fan. So that album was definitely heavy rotation for me. Put Tommy on. You're right, Mike. Though he hated black people wearing his clothing. Yeah. Well, you know, that was a rumor. Because from what I understand, Tommy met up with Grand Poobah and was like Tommy Hilfiger was a young guy, I think, at the time. This is still early 90s, though, you know, but let's do our switcheroony. It's time for our switcheroony music. So we are going to do a switch. What's our switcheroony music? All right, Joyous. All right, so we're going to switch out the stem. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back. Welcome back. STEM Research. Welcome back to STEM Research. My name is Mike Love. Took a little quick break to get the next STEM ready. Thank you guys for riding with us. Please always remember that we are on the socials heavy. We are now on a bunch of different channels. You can watch episodes of STEM Research that you missed. Not all of them. Not all the way back to the beginning. I'm still holding on to those for subscribers. But if you missed yesterday's show or Wednesday's show or Tuesday's show or Monday's show, they're up on my YouTube page. Go subscribe on YouTube and watch the episodes. I know I do. After the show, I go back to laugh at myself and go, this guy says way too many but I love him. He's me. He is who he is. He's Mike Love, and he's doing his damn best. So, yeah, Mike Love's YouTube page is Mike MFN Love. So, search for it, follow, and watch old episodes. So, shout out to everybody on Facebook who is watching us. Shout out to folks on Twitter who are watching us as well. Of course, we are Mike MFN Love on all of the social platforms. Mike MFN Love on all the socials. So, Bucktown, let's dive into our second STEM of the night. We're keeping it old man rap. We're keeping it East Coast. And Smif and Wesson from 1994. As I called it earlier, we've gone in just 4 years. It's amazing how rap was changing back then. And rap has probably changed from 2017 to now, right? It probably has, but I don't listen to it, so I wouldn't know. But for East Coast hip hop to go from very black centric to where we are now in 94, it's pretty much in the gutter. And I mean that in a good way. As I said a little earlier, you had groups like Wu-Tang Clan that definitely kicked the lid off the sewer, straight from the sewer. They were first. They came through, and everybody else came after them. I'd say the Onyx was grimy in 93 as well, but it was a different kind of grimy. Those cats were still clean, and they were grimy. Wu-Tang Clan, some of them definitely missed some showers. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. It's cool. They smelled like 8 pounds of weed, and they hadn't showered in a week. But you know what? That helped make them who they were, which was one of the GOAT groups of all time. Smif and Wesson, of course, came after Black Moon. They're in that same family. The Beat Miners, what is the name of the crew? The crew is Boot Camp Clique, right? With Black Moon, Helter Skelter, these guys, Smif and Wesson, and the original Gun Clappers. And of course, they would just kind of make their own lane as well, which I think is super dope. They're still in the game. I love the Duck Down logo with the, I think I got my, yep, I do. Check this out. I still got it. My scratch pad. My Duck Down Records scratch pad. Look at that. The original. It's still on my turntable. I told, who else has this? Easy Mo B. Easy Mo B has this, on his turntables. It are these. And I messaged him one time, oh my God, dude, I still have that. The Duck Down. It's only one. No, I have two. I take that back. These are my favorite. These have been on my turntables since, fam. So, I'm an East Coast hip hop fan, bro. Sean Price, thank you. Rest in peace, Sean Price. Yeah, so the record dropped, and it was just, more of what we wanted from the East Coast at that time. Just crispy, chunky drums, unfamiliar samples. It was, I mean, East Coast hip hop was a lot of things, I was listening to a lot of Main Source today. I was listening to the first Main Source album, which is 91, I think. So that they're still, kind of tribus, but, there was a lot of bottom in it. I was like, man, this is hitting in the system for, But, that's also around low end theory. And, my man, Large Professor, has always been, about making sure that the sound is exquisite. He came from the Paul C camp. So we have obscure samples, we have chunky drums, and we have just straight up, not lyrics, but, heavy hardcore raps, anthemic in their delivery, and they're representing Brooklyn. This song ain't about Bucktown in Chicago. Yeah, this is not about our Bucktown. We have a Bucktown, we have an Uptown. There's a Lincoln Park everywhere. You know what I'm saying? There's a Bucktown everywhere. And this song ain't about us. This song is about Brooklyn. One member, Tech, is from Bed-Stuy, and Steele is from Brownsville. So, they definitely represented New York to the fullest with this song. And again, produced by the Beat Miners, DJ Evil D and Mr. Walt, who are both brothers. I follow Evil D on on social media. And we'd also like to thank Evil D for these stems. They have indirectly come from him. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. All right, so let's jump into the instrumental. This is a great song, man, but no buts. It's Bucktown, home of the original. Let's take the drums out first. Let's start the record like how it starts. think I got it. I think I did it. I think I did it. Shaq Nice, what up? This is boom bap. This is New York right here. This is tearing up those headphones, man. Like a headphone masterpiece. Whatnot sample. Sylvia getting checks. Sylvia Robinson and her legacy. Yes. Thank you, Eastern 001. So let's go through it. So these samples, pulled them up. This loop is Born to Be Blue by Jack Bruce, I'm sorry. Born to Be Blue by Jack Bruce, and it's just a little part. It's just like it's a jazz record, and this is just a snatch. You can even hear the click. Listen to that. That's not even a clean sample. Listen to these guys. Probably no, not the SP, because as you can see, this track is labeled MPC filter bass. Right? See there? MPC. So all that time, I thought the SP1200 had a crazy filter, and these guys some of them are using the MPC. That's a filter for you right there. That's giving you your bottom. That's the same sample, same loop. A simple enough process, right? Not the hardest thing in the world to do. And the drums, as Eastern 001 pointed out, are from the Whatnot song, Why Can't People Be Colors 2? Why Can't People Be Colors 2? Shout out to the Whatnots. All right, that's the track. All right, that's it. Like these stems, fortunately, there's a million, there's a Planet Rock, that song got a... Man, this is too much going on them tracks. So, shout out to Mr. Walt and Evil D. Did not use up a bunch of tracks making this record. They did not. All right, so let's start with the vocals. Let's go straight to the vocals because you already know what the samples do. We're not going to sit and listen to that drum loop for 8 minutes. The tracks are labeled Tech Vox, which is Tech, the rappers. Tech and Steel are the rappers. Background Talking, which it's an East Coast record. Like, you had to have your crew in the studio. Everybody had, like, Nas, Main Source. It was like everybody had crew in the studio, right? So get them on the mic. Gangstar. You have the hook stack, which is, of course, the hook. And hook stack 2 to make it brighter. Hook stack 3 to really make it stand out. And Steel. All right. So Steel's verse is first. You can see Tech does a little talking in the beginning. So let's play. Let's just jump into it, shall we? Sylvia Robinson Legacy. Yep, got that.
Yo, check this out.
Once again.
Smif and Wesson in the joint one time.
Yeah.
Pulling your coats to this newness.
Recognize.
In 94. You know what I'm saying?
Bucktown's on the rise.
Lock your doors, nobody's safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check it out.
I walk around town with the pound strapped down to my side. No frontin' just in case I gotta smoke something. Round here heads don't act the age. It might be another dead boy upon page. Into the cipher with your lighter. L's are ready, prepare for another all-nighter. But keep a watch for the cops cause they rock Glocks. Coming on the block trying to rock knots. Pigs be acting like they bigger than us niggas from the streets cause we stalk mad deep in them walk beats. I guess them hold a grudge cause I won't budge. Playing tough, staring down the judge with my hands cuffed. Standing there with my nappy hair and my dirty gear. All year now I'm up out of here. Pigs look me up and down with the frown. Is it because I'm brown or is it because I'm from Bucktown?
Bucktown!
Home of the original gun clap.
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 Bucktown!
Of the original gun clap.
All right. So what the hell are they saying? What? You guessed it. Mike Love wants to know. What are they talking about? What are they talking about on that hook? On the background talking box. Like, why is it so important for you guys to be saying something while we're doing this chorus? So we take and we solo the background talking voices to see.
Is it because I'm from Bucktown?
Yo,
Dog, come over here with that L, man.
I got the dime Saki right here, Don.
Tech.
What's up,
I'm
Don?
really ready to do this, man.
What?
Mad
niggas up in the house. Yo, Spark that's touring off on that, right?
Yeah.
The L, on the real.
Yeah, you know how we do. Hey, yo, Buck.
Yo, I was just
Where you
thinking
at?
about
Yo,
that
come here,
chicken
dog.
head, done.
Real shit is mad real.
Okay. It's talking ish between the song. I forgot about Mobb Deep. Oh my God. These guys remind me of Mobb Deep. All right. But Tech and Steel, man, they did the Mary joint. That's like a classic. Their remix, this is what we do. I shine, you shine. Like that's classic East Coast.
Is it because I'm from Bucktown?
Bucktown!
Home of the original gun clap.
Bucktown! 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 Bucktown!
Got 5 MC that wanna contest we. Got your nooses ready hanging over the trees. Bring on your sounds and get drowned by my massive. Kill your body boy and hold your lover for hostage. Knock, niggy, knock. That's 4 shots empty. On a violator that was sent out to get me. I'm towed up from the flow up and everything's black, but still I'm on point, ready to buck. Ain't nothing sweet, Jack. Bucktown, I represented on the love. Deeply rooted from my Timbs to my dick above. Don't sweat the bulge coming from my hip. grip what you get hit when I let my tool click. Nowhere to run, ambush lurks in the dark. Helter skelter smirks while you're getting torn apart. Here comes the rude boys with the ganja plants. Smif and Wesson generals of the boot camp.
Bucktown!
Home of the original gun clappers.
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 Bucktown!
Home of the home of
Bucktown!
the home of the original gun clappers. Another murderer, just another prankster. Rude boy dead, cause I'm taught him was a gangster. Tried to live the life of a hood from the streets. Test the wrong dread, now I'm in eternal sleep. Mr. Ripper I lurk in the sty. Twist up the ganja when I wanna get high. With my brethren, a Buddha session. Learn your lesson or get blasted by Mr. Smif or Mr. Wesson.
Bucktown's everywhere, I swear, it's clear to me. You feel the weed, now I really see. Nightfall round the way, original has come out to play. Puff fur break day, it's just a regular, everyday state of being I. Mind's hold away, rhymes feed the mind in time. I find reality follows me where I roam, 360 degrees back home.
Bucktown!
Home of the original gun clappers.
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 Bucktown!
Home of the original gun clappers. Yo,
Once again,
Smif and Wesson,
we do it like this.
recognize.
To my man Buckshot,
Yeah, yeah.
Buck and Rock.
Bucktown, boot camp, trick D, Mr. Wall. Roll up that next sack, Don. We up out of here.
Bucktown
Rest in
everywhere.
peace to my brethren, Big Bo, you know what I'm saying?
It's a boot camp.
On the real.
Yo, roll that
Like
up, kid.
this.
And we do it like this.
All right, let's take it back. Because we didn't get those background talking box in between the second and third chorus, or hook, if you will. So I need to know what's so important. What are these guys talking about in between the hooks?
Yeah.
Yo, can I live one time, kid?
One time, I just got it done. Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, man.
Tim check,
Yo.
Tim check.
Hey, yo, pass me my Timbs, kid.
Timberland check. Alright.
The
You
Chuckers,
know how
kid.
we roll.
Hey, yo, Five. Yo, chill, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you be illin', kid. Yo, Tech.
Hmm?
I need that, kid.
Alright.
Okay. And the third one.
Yo.
Word about.
I've been born by all day.
Al Greer, what up?
Soul. The home.
Word.
Welcome to the grind. Welcome to the gutter.
Hey,
yo.
Real. Man, boogie book type
I'm
drip.
just living right now.
man,
You know
Yo,
what I'm
let me
saying?
taste that,
Hold
man.
up, I just got this, y'all.
Oh,
Hold up,
dang.
kid. Hold on.
There it is. There it is.
Right.
Bucktown. Smif and Wesson. Not to be confused with Bucktown in Chicago, Boys Town, or Uptown. It's they are representing East New York. Shout out to Brooklyn, man. They had to change the name of the group. Remember that? Smif and Wesson, the gun dealer, was like, "What are you guys doing? You're infringing our copyright. You cannot be Smif and Wesson." So they changed it to the Cocoa Brothers, the Cocoa Brothers. The spelling on all things Duck Down was always so unique. Cocoa Brothers. BROVUVAS or something. Brothers. Cocoa Brothers. Why not just be Tech and Steel? Why not be Tech and Steel? No, they had to be the Cocoa Bees. Shout out to them, man. That's classic. That's classic hip hop right there, man. The good stuff from '94, as I like to call it, old man rap. Some of my favorite of all time, man. Right here on STEM Research, Mike and MFN Love. We do this Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock on the Eastern Time Zone, and we are here 6 p.m. Pacific Time, doing our thing. All right. Make sure you get your Timbs, your Big Goose down, the hole you dig. That was, man, That's the whole you dig music right there. It was a thing. That was a look. That was a look and a vibe and a feel. All right, let's get to our second break. I'm gonna load up the final stem of the night. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back. We are back. STEM Research, Mike Love on a Friday night. What's going on, everybody? Thank you, people, for joining us. We got a great lineup of STEMs next week. We're going to do a rock day, either Monday or Tuesday. Not sure, but I have some Led Zeppelin and some Billy Squier lined up for next week. We also are going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Control. So this year, this past February, marked the 35th anniversary of Control. So we are going to drop Control into the pool of stems next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. I was thinking about Led Zeppelin on Monday because Monday is Columbus Day, and Led Zeppelin is Columbus. Led Zeppelin is Columbus a song or two in their day. So I don't know. I might tie it in. I might not. It depends on how I feel this weekend. So either Monday will be back-to-back Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, or it will be Led Zeppelin and Billy Squier. It just depends on how I feel this weekend. So join us either way, won't you? It'll be a great week. Wednesday will be some DeBarge. Some DeBarge stems I've been holding on to, and just a bunch of great music on the way. All right, final stems of the night. We'll go to a very interesting record. A record with a very interesting history and very interesting the way it was put together. I don't even really know how to explain how much editing they did to make these records sound like they did. And listening to these stems, you will kind of get an idea of the work that they put in with these rap records, especially the records that came out on Tommy Boy. The Play at Your Own Risks of the World, the Planet Rocks, the Looking for the Perfect Beats, all of those records. I have the stems for them, and I listen to them. I'm like, wow, they really did some work putting this record together. So Planet Rock, of course, from 1982. The legendary record that dropped and just completely set everything off. Shout out to the it's always been rumored who did the Addams Family version, right? With the extra keyboards played over the top of it, which was like a Chicago mixtape staple. And it made the rounds in other cities as well. It was definitely a bootleg. It was on bootleg vinyl, but I don't want to get into that story and just take away from the main story, which is the story of Planet Rock. Arthur Baker from Boston moves to New York City, meets up with Africa Bambaataa, meets John Roby, who plays all the keyboards on this record. Arthur Baker at this point is just a producer in the Puff Daddy sense. Like, he did a little programming on the drum machine maybe, but for the most part, this is a John Roby record. He did most of the actuals. He did all the synth playing, absolutely. And he was credited as Planet Patrol on Play at Your Own Risk. On Play at Your Own Risk. It's music by Planet Patrol. And Planet Patrol was actually John Robie's. John Robie isn't credited on that record. But it's the same, obviously it's the same track because it was like Planet Rock dropped and the world changed because here's a record that the drums sound like numbers and the keyboard sounds like Trans Europe Express. And oh, by the way, Kraftwerk sued them for that. They reached a settlement, and the settlement was because guess what? This was a 12-inch. They didn't have an album out, and they weren't coming out with an album, so they had to. Nowadays, they would sue for, mostly everything you got. What was the settlement? Kraftwerk got $1 off of every 12-inch sale. And then what Tom Silverman did in such a business move, he raised the price of the 12-inch from $4.99 retail to $5.99. So the $1 that they were spending in the store would offset the money that he was paying Kraftwerk for illegally using their songs, plural. Because, again, they use numbers, the drums, and Trans Europe Express. So a genius record, a game changer, to say the least. I just remember this record. It just was like a nighttime record. It was an everywhere record. Everywhere you went, you heard that dong dong. They start out with the instrumental and bring it around, or the chugga chugga party people. Forget about it. Forget about it. There were two rap records in 1982 that really made a seismic shift in the game. One was Planet Rock. The other one was The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Really Melly Mel and Duke Booty. But because Flash had nothing to do with it, those guys didn't even want to record the record. And depending on who you ask, some people will say that The Message is by far the more meaningful record, the bigger record, the record that had the biggest impact. Because if you think about it, message rap became a thing after The Message dropped. But The Message 2, Survival, another old man rap song. Who remembers that one? Survival. That's Planet Rock. Scorpio is Planet Rock. Planet Rock changed the game. It begat everything. It begat Miami bass. It begat the Pretty Tony style, the stuff that Dre and the world, not just the world-class Wrecking Crew, but Uncle Jam's Army, everything that they were doing in Los Angeles started from Planet Rock. Miami started from Planet Rock. So I like to say, because in my heart of hearts and how I feel, which is emotional about the music, I say that Planet Rock is the bigger, more it's the bigger song. But on a lot of lists, a lot of all-time lists, when they list the number one rap song of 1982, they always say The Message. Because, again, there was no messages before The Message. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stage. I mean, it's a classic. I am not going to doubt that. I'm not going to deny that. And you can't lose with either record. But, like I said, Melly Mel and them definitely felt the punch and the pinch from that electro thing. Like everything. Electric Kingdom, all the breakdance music. Not all of it, but man, bro, Planet Rock changed the world. Really, Kraftwerk did. But so let's get into it. So this is the stems are a real hodgepodge of sounds, and I'm just going to kind of go through them and just solo stuff, because if I play everything all at once, it's just going to be a big mess of sound. John Robie seemed to kind of play certain things for a certain amount of time. Like he'd play something for 8 bars, and then he'd be done with it. He's like, all right, I'm done with that. Let's try something new. So you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at a guy for experimenting while he was doing work. All right, so let's punch that up. Play at your own risk. Let's get the lower third ready. Play at your own risk. Girl, I'm telling you. Play at your own risk. Own risk, own risk. All right, let's... Enough of my singing. Let's jump into the song, shall we? Ah! Test tone. Damn it. All right, confusion already. So let's go through the track. You got the 808. Listen to that 808. 808 is kicking. All right. That's numbers. Each knee, son, she. All right. Let's build a track, ladies and gentlemen. So right there is the basis of so many great records. Hey, hey. Live, playing live, man. You can tell that ain't programmed. Come on. Just taste the funk and hit me. Alright, so remember, these tracks would eventually become 2 songs, Planet Rock and Play at Your Own Risk. Know that. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so Space Sounds, as you can see, we'll go in track by track. There's that key again. Hey, hey. Come on. On risk. Okay, we gotta back it up because that's like so epic. That keyboard. Get out your mats, ladies and gentlemen. Every 8 bars Every 8 bars, it switches up to something else. This part. I was really trying to like pair these sounds up because they're like literally in tandems. And I could not find. I'm like, that goes with something. Okay. Know that part. Definitely know that. Let's see what bongos. Timbales. Take that piano out. That 808 does not sound like that on the record. Like it never like had this. Maybe I just haven't heard it on headphones. It's very hollow to me. Did we make it through everything? Look at this. It's sounds we didn't even get to. There's so much going on this record. Like I said, the editing, just to put this record together piece by piece, they had to just be chopping it up. The 45 version, which starts out with the instrumental with the blah, like it's the most popular version that you've ever heard on the radio. It starts out with the drums, the intro from the B-side, the dun 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 dun, and then it goes into the vocal. Was done at Jelly Bean Benitez's house because he had a 15-inch reel at his house and they could cut it up. He and Arthur Baker took it by Jelly Bean Benitez's house. Jelly Bean Benitez doesn't get any credit on the 45 for doing the edit. Sometimes you just put in the work and it comes back and works for you in the long run. So Jelly Bean Benitez, shout out to you for that edit. All right, there are tracks that we didn't get to, and we'll play some of those now. All keyboards by John Roby, who went on to do so many great projects himself. Worked with Chaka Khan, Freeze, produced IOU. Jenny Burton, I Remember What You Like. Crash Goes Love by Lolita Holloway. He did a lot of work in the 80s. John Roby almost certainly helped to define breakdance music in the 1980s. Ooh, come on, piano. See, like these parts literally. how they go. Like 16 bars of everything, and they jump in. It's crazy. Who programs a record like this? A first-time programmer. All right, let's keep moving. Sound E. So many tracks to punch in. So much going on. Wouldn't be surprised if the Latin Rascals may have been involved, as they already were part of Baker's camp. Good call, good one. Wouldn't be surprised either. I've heard this song 12 million times, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I think that's it for the sounds and noises and beeps and bleeps. So again, as you can see, looking at the tracks, like just how the tracks are laid out, every sound, and I can do this now that I'm showing you guys the waveform, just how he would play something, just kind of going back to it, something completely different. These sounds play for 8 bars to 16 bars, go into something else. All right, so as I said, Planet Rock vocals and Play at Your Own Risk vocals are all in the session. So let's start out with Planet Rock. Let's see what this is. Interesting accounting. All right, so let's do that with Africa Bambaataa, and I think that's cool, just like the party people sound, because I've heard that record 5 million times. All right, so it's accounting. Interesting.
Party people, can yo get funky? So signing folks, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah, just hit me. Just taste the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. Bambaataa's getting so funky now, hit me. Yeah, just hit me.
It's time to chase your dreams. About the seats. Make your body sway. Socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Shake it now. Go, ladies. Is this a living dream? Love, life, live. Come play the game. Our world is free. Do what you want, but scream.
Wrong part, bro. Wrong part. There you go. There you go.
We know a place where the nights are hot. It is a house of funk, females and males, both young and old. For the disco, the DJ plays your favorite blast. Takes it back to the past. Music's magic. Poof, hump, hump, funk, and bump with some class. People twist and turn. Then you let your body
edit.
slide. You got the body rock and pop, shock, bounce and pounce. And everybody just rockin', don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop. You keep ticking and talking, working all around the clock. Everybody keep rocking.
Oh, okay. Had some studio magic on that. A record definitely doesn't go like that. GLOBE wrote the lyrics.
The Soul Sonic Force, Mr. Biggs, Pow Wow, and MC Glow. We emphasize to show we got ego. Make this your night, just live it right and by day. As the people say, live it up, shucks. For work or play, our world is free. Be what you be. This is me. You're in a place where.
Where's the rock the planet rocks, bro? What's going on? Where's my vocoder? Where's my rock the planet rock? Where is it? What's going on?
Yo.
It just goes to show how much editing, like I said, like this record, like they did some work from what they recorded to what we know and what the record became. Amazing.
You're in a place where the nights are hot, where nature's children dance and say the chant on this mother earth, which is our rock. The time has come, it was for soul to show you really got soul. Are you ready? Hump up, funk, and bump. Now let's go. House, twist and turn. Then you let your body slide. You got the body rock and pop, shock, bounce and pounce. Everybody just rockin', don't stop it. You gotta rock it, don't stop. You keep ticking and talking, working all around the clock. Everybody keep rocking and clocking and shocking and rocking. Go house. Everybody say rocking, don't stop it. Well, hit me, Mr. Biggs.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. I'm telling you. The G-L-O-B-E. The Soul Sonic Force.
It must be buried on another track because I'm like, where are my backgrounds? But again, it's all of this stuff is on these 24 tracks.
Gotta rock and see poppin', cause in the century there is such a place that creates such a melody. Our warbles mother clan of a master jam. Get up and dance. Time to chase your dream. About to see. Make your body sway. Socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Shake it now. Go, ladies. Is this a living dream? Love, life, live. Everybody say rockin', don't stop it. Rockin', don't stop it. Everybody say shockin' and clockin'. Everybody say each needs sun sheet. Say planet rock. It's the short shot. The short shot. So twist and turn. Then you let your
more editing.
You got the body rock and pop, bounce and pound. So hit me. Now hit me. Love and peace to the world. Spread the message of our words. All men, women, boys, and girls. Hey, our planet rock is superb. Get on it. You got the groove. Move, son, feel the groove.
Sound like they're all on one mic.
Do what you want to, but you know you got to be cool and boogie. Out on the floor, go down, bring it low. Close to the ground, get up. Hump, 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 get bump with some soul, people.
Wow, incredible editing. I mean, I know this record like the back of my hand. Trust me.
Twist and turn. Then you let your slide and glide. You got the body rock and pop, shock, bounce and pounce. And everybody just rockin', don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't
There
stop.
we go.
keep ticking and talking, working all around the clock. Everybody's gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it. You gotta rock and don't stop it.
Okay, that's that ad lib song on the C. All right, so that's Planet Rock vocals, and lo and behold, as I said, on the same master track is so no vocals were wasted. No tracks were wasted. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7.
Come on, Temptations. The Temptations of Electro, ladies and gentlemen. Planet Patrol. Got the claps and drums. The claps. 1, 2, 3, sing. Oh, come on, turn it up.
Waiting for your girl to hold me tight.
Turn up the volume.
You run around like I do not exist.
Play me for a fool.
Girl, you've been so cruel.
Girl, you held me like a puppet on a string.
Thought without your love.
Life wouldn't mean a thing.
Girl, the freedom that I gave you, you abuse.
If you want my love.
Girl, you've got to choose. P-L-A-Y, if you play with me. It's at your risk that I'll set you free.
Old school, come on.
P-L-A-Y, if you play with me. It's at your risk that I'll set you free.
Play at your own risk.
Girl,
Play at your own risk.
I'm telling you.
Play at your own risk.
Girl,
Play at your own risk.
I will be through. P-L-A-Y, if you play with me. Well, it's at your risk that I'll set you free.
Set free, set free, set free.
P-L-A-Y,
Sorry.
if you play with me. It's at your risk that I'll set you free. I thought I had a woman on so fine.
These guys actually were
But
like
now I gotta watch you
the
all the
Temptations.
time. If you think that you're so hot shot,
They're from Boston.
I'll take you to the top.
and then I'll let you drop.
Girl, you held me like a puppet on a string.
One of the members' name is Melvin
I thought
Franklin.
without your love.
That's all I gotta say.
Life wouldn't mean a thing.
Girl, the freedom that I gave you, you abused.
If you want my love.
Girl, you've got to choose.
Play at your own risk.
Girl,
Play at your own risk.
I'm telling you.
Play at your own risk.
Girl,
Play at your own risk, own risk, own risk.
All right, so this record did better on the charts than Planet Rock. It actually charted on the dance chart, went to number 21 on the dance chart. Planet Rock, of course, sold more. It sold 1 million copies, which was gold on the for singles. Okay, all right, for the little explosion.
play at
Your own risk.
play at
Your own risk.
play at
they ran out of tracks.
Own risk.
So here's John Roby playing on one of the vocal tracks.
Your own risk.
Play that, play that.
Interesting effect.
Risk.
Play that, play that, play that,
Your own risk.
play that, play that, play that,
Your own risk.
play that, play that, play that, play that.
Forgot about the Hey Buddy Buddies. It's its own track. Dogs. Labeled Dogs. From what I understand in New York, the reason why they barked on so many records is because at the Fun House, like, people had instructions to go in the studio and bark on records because it would be a hit at the Fun House where Jelly Bean played. So this version of the song, and there's a few other songs. Eastern, help me out. What are some of the other songs where they're doing the barking?
Risk. Girl, you better watch your step. Play at your own risk. Say, girl,
Tony Jacks, thank you for checking
you
in.
better watch your step. Say, play at your own risk. P-L-A-Y, if you play with me, it's at your risk that I'll set you free. P-L-A-Y, if you play with me,
Come on.
it's at your risk that I'll set you free. P-L-A-Y, if you play with me, it's at your risk that I'll set you free. P-L-A-Y, if you play with me, it's at your risk that I'll set you free.
Set free, set free, set free, set free, free, set free, set free, free, set free. Oh my God. Yeah. Old man rap at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. They are Planet Patrol, and the record is Play at Your Own Risk. Definitely brings back a lot of memories for an old man like myself. I was in '82. I wasn't DJing yet, but I was wanting to be a DJ one day. I was like, one day I'm gonna be a DJ, Mom. I'm gonna be a DJ one day. Play at Your Own Risk and Planet Rock from the Magic. And again, they had a lot of magic. I can't imagine all the tape that was laying around. All of those different keyboard parts, bonus beats, the Play at Your Own Risk, Rock at Your Own Risk thing that's going on with the A side where it's just all singing, and the B side was just like a dub, and then the dog barking comes in and some different keyboards. So the way they made those records back in the day, as you can see, a lot of cutting, a lot of tape, and a lot of magic, a lot of studio magic. A lot of those vocals, there's some background vocals that weren't on that track. So they did a lot of work. They put in a lot of work to make classic records, and I enjoy having the stems for these songs so we can go through it and see how much work they put in, because you're hearing verses that are supposed to stop at a certain point, but they kept going, and a lot of editing, a lot of editing was done to make Planet Rock. Not so much with Play at Your Own Risk. They like, because they're rapping. These guys, funny thing about them, the story is, and I have it in my notes here, Planet Patrol's members were a quintet of vocalists led by Herbert Jackson, Joseph Lights, Rodney Butler, Michael Allen Jones, and Melvin B. Franklin. No relation. But they originally were from Boston, and they were in a group called the Energetics. So the reason they sang so well and had this 5-part harmony like the Temptations is because they had been making records since the 60s and 70s. So when they got their opportunity, they sounded like the Temptations over Planet Rock. because they had been singing for quite some time. And they're still in the game, still doing their thing. So big up to them, man. Big up to the Energetics who became Planet Patrol. Not even begrudgingly. Like, what do you want to do? You want to make a record or you want to sit at the crib in Boston? Serious Intention, Cavern, Set You Free, right? Remember that? Set you free, set you free, set you free. In the play out wax, it would just go on and on forever, and then it would just stop, and it would just go free, set you free. The memories. Again, rocking the Party Time shirt today. Let's see what's going on Twitch. Look at this, ending class on time. Thank you guys for taking the trip with me. I know that today was rap day. It was Old Man Rap Day, so thank you. And again, Old Man Rap does not exclude old ladies. I just don't like to call ladies old because ladies don't like to be called old. So Old Man Rap is just a term that I use for rap between the years of 1979 and 1995. I don't want to call ladies old. If you like rap from that era, that's fine. That's great. Thank you so much for riding with us. Thank you for being a part of what we do. But the name of the show will be Old Man Rap, not Old Lady Rap, because if I call you old lady, you're going to be offended, and then I'm going to get canceled. And I don't want to get canceled on my way up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even there yet. It's on my way. All right, it is time for thank yous. Let's get our thank you overlay ready and get our thank you and goodbye music. So long and goodbye. Where's our music?
One, two, three.
Hey! It is time for us to say thank you to our people that help make the show what it is. Our viewers, thank you. Thank you to Al.P. Greer. Thank you to A10, Benjamin Tannehill, DJ H. Lee, Dragoon Knight 5515, Duke Grip, thank you. Eastern 001, thank you. Elysian, thank you. King T7, thank you. Miss Chris 7, thank you. Mr. Tan, thank you. On 3D, thank you. Arnita, thank you. Shaggy Nice 1911, thank you. Spike Trap Claire, thank you. Skippy Skip, thank you. The original DJ J, you. Ice, thank you. Tina Riff, thank you. Tiz Cloud, thank you. Virgo Pros, thank you. I appreciate it. So long, goodbye. But before we go, we're going to see who else is broadcasting tonight so we can raid them. We got a few people on the feed tonight. Monday will either be Jackson's Monday or Columbus. We'll celebrate Columbus Day. Either way, it's going to be a great day of stems. Monday will be Janet Jackson's Control and Michael Jackson's Thriller early, or it will be a Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin and The Big Beat by Billy Squier. Either that, one way or another, those are going to play in tandem, so they will either play on Monday or Tuesday. So have a great weekend and get ready for class on Monday. Who do we got? Soul in the Horn? Sure. Let's invade Soul in the Horn, ladies and gentlemen. Do they take raids? Let's see. See if we can get a shout out from Natasha Diggs. That would be pretty cool. Class is dismissed.